I would like to explain on how you can separate a mixture of a soluble solid and an insoluble solid. With me today I have a mixture of sand and sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is our common salt and it is white in color, white crystals. And then we have the brown solid, which is sand. So our intention is to separate the two so that you can recover each of the substances separately. So first of all, let us find out what we can do first so that we can be able to recover our two substances. So what am I going to do? First of all, I'm going to add some water to the mixture and then stir the mixture. I've added some warm water so that this process is faster, and then also we are warming it so as to make the process more faster. Good. So we stir. Then after stirring, sodium chloride has dissolved in the water. Sand is insoluble in water. Good. Next, we are going to filter the mixture. So I'm making a cone and then place the cone into a filter funnel and then filter the mixture so as to separate the solution from the sand. Give it some time so that it can filter. Yes, so what we are doing is now we are filtering our mixture of salt, solution and sand. So we have filtered our. But next we are going to carry out evaporation of the solution so as to drive out the water that we had added and remain with our sodium chloride. So carry out evaporation, heat your mixture, of course using a non-luminous flame because it's very hot. Remember to give it some time so that it can be able to drive out the water. So we are still heating our mixture so as to drive out the excess water. And always remember, with solution becomes saturated, our salt will start forming. And remember, if you can remember, when you are carrying out evaporation, we say that the problem with heating our solution directly is that it starts spitting out after some time when the solid starts forming. So you have to be very keen so as to avoid that spitting out. So once the salt forms, of course, the spitting out will happen. Good. So already salt has started forming. So we have the spitting out taking place. Good. Let us continue evaporation and see what will happen eventually once we have driven out the excess water. So we are still driving out the excess water. There is some salt that has started forming, but we give it time as usual so as to drive out the water. Good. So the salt is already forming, which means our solution is already saturated. So we are going to remove it from the flame and place it on our water bath so that we carry out what we call slow evaporation to avoid the spitting out. So I'm placing it onto the water bath so as to have the slow evaporation. Good. Remember, this allows slow evaporation so that the salt will not spit out of the evaporating basin. Yeah, good. Wonderful. So already our salt is forming. We have already, the water is evaporating, so we're remaining with the salt. Good. So already we have driven out the water, and I think we have recovered our salt. So eventually this is what we have, our salt, that is after driving out the excess water, and we have been able to separate and recover each of the mixture. Thank you.